What's going on, family? It's Marv, onerepatatetime.net. Gonna go over a single leg deadlift progression. I am a big fan of these. However, for some folks, the idea of doing a single leg deadlift is, well, intimidating and maybe borderline impossible based on your mobility and your balance. I'm gonna show you how you can progress to eventually being able to do them with pretty significant weight. Now, no, we're never gonna overload these to the point of a two-legged traditional deadlift, but doing a unilateral one-leg movement is extremely, extremely important. A lot of people totally neglect that. That is a big error in short sight on their part. Personally, I did that for a very long time. As soon as I started implementing unilateral training, holy cow, became readily apparent how impactful this could be on your everyday workout routine and training. So the single leg deadlift, what I'm talking about, is almost Romanian deadlift style on a single leg. So you would come down and you would come up. Now, for some people right off the bat, holy cow, I don't have the balance to do that. That's when you grab, I have a dowel, right? It's got paint on it. This is an old painting stick. You can use a PVC pipe, a broom, whatever. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put on your off hand away from the leg that we're gonna be doing the single leg on. You use it for support. Come down and you come up. Now with all the variations, what you can do is originally touch that off foot down. As you get better, you'll be able to come up and not have to touch it down every single rep. So this is step one. Well, actually, step one is touching down. So, boom, touch down, regain your balance. Boom, touch down, regain your balance. Step two, do not touch that off leg. Perfect. Good. Let me show you the side view real quick. So other than that, everything remains the same. So I still want really good posture. Our chest up nice and tall. Calm down. Good. Now once you go with this, the first step to adding weight is adding a single dumbbell or a kettlebell. Again, the progression is use that stick. Okay, the stick's still in your off hand. The weight will be on the hand on the side of the leg that's doing the work. So you would start with this right here. So again, originally start with touching that back foot down, then progress to not having to touch it down. Okay, and then when your balance is better, again, same thing, get rid of the stick. Originally touch down, now I'm gonna do it without touching down. Good. Now this is more corrective in nature, getting, your side butt muscle and those hip external rotators to really fire, which is awesome. Now when you want to add more weight, you could add a second dumbbell in your hand or a second kettlebell. So again, now I'm going to do 2 dumbbells. So I'm touching down first. Good. Now the progression is not touch down. Good stretch. Oh, I touched down right there. Whoops. So let me show you the side view. So again, my posture's real good. Shoulder blades are tight. Come up, don't touch. Good. And then, when you really want to get crazy, it's time to add a barbell. All right, so obviously a barbell single leg deadlift is no joke, no small feat. It is advanced, so you're going to slowly work your way up to that. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any bumper plates yet for One Rep Layer version 2.0, so I'm using these smaller 25-pound plates. That's obviously going to maximize the amount of stretch because I have to go a little bit lower. So if you have bumper plates when you're learning this movement with a barbell, I highly encourage it. If not, if you have the range of motion and the mobility, doing these smaller weights is actually beneficial because you're going to get deeper down into the stretch, really tax those hamstrings, the glutes, all that good stuff. So obviously the progression is the same. Now balance is significantly harder, and we always, before I drop down and show you the top of my head, we always want to keep the weight from a dead stop, just like a regular deadlift. I'm not a fan of these touch and goes, right? This is a control movement, almost corrective in nature, but man, this, like I said, doing unilateral training gets that side butt muscle, the external rotators, identifies any weak points, any strength imbalances. That's why it's so beneficial. So let's start the progression with touching my foot down. So boom, come up, nice and tall. Now touch the foot down. Good posture. It's just like you're doing a traditional deadlift. Touch the weight down, pull the slack out, come up and touch. And if you notice, as I come up, my back leg is swinging forward like a fulcrum. So pull the slack out. So I want that movement, right, where you take all the slack out of the bar so that it's nice and tight. Come up. Good. Now, eventually, you should, in theory, be able to come up and not touch. And back down. Take the slack out, come up, and not touch. So see now that foot is just kind of floating off the floor. And that is a progression for a single leg deadlift. And as you saw the entire time, this knee is slightly bent. It's not a single leg stiff deadlift. It's almost remaining. So it's nice, it's fixed, but it's that very slight bend. And that is a progression for doing this exercise. Do not neglect unilateral single leg training. Yes, your ego has to take a hit because you can't lift as heavy, but I promise it'll pay off in the long run. Marv, one rep at a time.net. See you soon.